So first, I kind of looked at the goals I have right now and things I have on my vision board. And these are the following things that I have noted down that I want to write out fully. I want to bring back self-help books and business books. I also want to treat myself more and provide for myself more in a way that I feel kind of like luxurious, in that sense that I feel like very high frequency energy. I also want to get very clear on how I want my apartment to look like in the future, because I kind of like need like that clear view of it. I also want to write down my priorities right now, that being getting my driver license and a job, but that is already like going on. I already have almost a job in that sense, and also an apartment, but that also a kind of a priority goal of this year. And also how I want my energy to feel like, and how I want to embrace my feminine. And also kind of like that I write about like how I want to feel with mindset, meditation, all of that. What I want to do now is pull out Pinterest, your vision board on there, your physical vision board that you have. I'm also going to look at all of those pictures as well, because those are things that I truly want to like have like that energy in my life right now. Say pick a journal, a paper, a notebook, and we're gonna like write about those things. Now I kinda myself have to like think of how I want to start and about what I want to write and in what way. So this is gonna take a moment. I'm gonna grab my old journal where I have like then a vision list of like the best version of myself, how she acts like. And I'm also gonna grab my old gratitude journal, because there are also a lot of things that I want to achieve in my life. So hopefully that will work, give me more inspiration. And grab my two old journals, because I don't know where the hell that vision list things stood in. So yeah, I'm gonna tap the page here to have like something to come back to when I again get into a goal slump. So yeah, basically I lost momentum of my self-growth journey and my productivity and the clarity of where the fuck I want to head to in my life. So it's gonna be fun to find back what type of goals I want to work on. I will have a few things I want, I'm not clear on it, so this is gonna be a wild fun ride. My mind has been a mush because I'm way more on my phone and not in the books. And one is important if you do not want your brain to become a mush is read. True, trust me, read. Whether it is read, you're not gonna get in a mush with your brain. Something that teaches you something, it's gonna help out massively. Check with this. Here is an entry that I made for the first page of my second ever journal. Here it goes. This is a reminder to who grown up too quickly, to the ones that feel anxious about the future. Your life has ups and downs, hardships, pain, and isolation. You may feel like you have been forgotten, but that's farthest from the truth. You're a kind human being, one with flaws and insecurities. But right now, I want you to listen to the voice of the silent. Do you hear that small voice saying to come closer and take a sip of the nourishing sap? Soon you will heal and have clearance fall down your being. With overcoming your pain, patience will be your remedy. I feel like I need that little poet thing that I made when it comes to like that, have patience. Holy shit, okay. I just found another entry of mine within my second journal. Here are like a few prompts I used then. What personality traits do you want to adapt? I would like to adapt traits of confidence and ambition. What attitude do you want to have every day when you wake up? I want to wake up happy and rested. Who is your role model? My mom and auntie. How does your dream self start their morning? Well rested, on time, and with morning pages. How does your dream self end the night? On time, cleansed, and with journaling with affirmations. I actually have been doing that. How does your dream life look like during the day? Productive and peaceful. Where do you see yourself in 1 year? Driver license and income and diploma. What do you think your purpose is in life? To help me change the cycle of my family. How do you want to handle failure? With grace. How do you want to react to success? With gratitude. What are the emotions you want to feel in 10 years? Fulfillment. What is one habit you can start today to achieve your dream life. And then the morning pages noted. What I'm going to do now to take back control and clarity in my life, I'm gonna write down all of this back into my journal. Afterwards, I will also write down about the night ending that I usually have, like the night routine. I'm gonna write it down, and that's gonna be the same as journaling with affirmations that I had for then. So I'm gonna write all of that down now. And here's the prompt. Last year, 2 years ago, I made a journal entry about my dream self. Here it is, and then you're gonna write down your entry then. So my habit here is gonna be self-accountability. You're getting somewhere, you know. So as I'm reading my entries from, like, let's say around 6 months ago, the realization that I actually became the teacher and the clarity that me 6 months ago needed. I think that's very beautiful. So be that your sign that you have become the person that you searched for and want to understand a few months ago, a year ago. So here's one of the first quotes I ever written in my past journal, and it goes like this. I sometimes look at my Pinterest board and wonder, what does she do for a living? I feel like I know what it is, yet I don't have any description or word for it. By then I have looked at my Pinterest board a lot, and I just didn't know what it has to represent. But now I actually do have a clear answer for that question. I'm gonna read to you now. Answer now to my past self a few months ago. You wondered, so here it is. You traveled to cities in your free time. That is what you saw in the picture with the lady you saw on the board. You are someone that shares your journey and lessons on your socials, and you work with clients as a love counselor. That's what you saw. So now I'm reading a few other pages about like my entry when it comes to quantum leaping, and I'm surprised by the fact that the routine that I have written back then, I actually have that routine right now. Wow. And I also a few things that are in here. I'm like in the middle of achieving those things, like in the middle of like getting to that reality that I want. So yeah, and what I also realized is that when I did come back, like there is like this problem I had. What emotions do I need to cultivate to attract my dream life? And I said like I need to cultivate self-doubt, like get like that away from me, and I am like working on that piece right now. So here's an affirmation for that I wrote a long time ago that I also used. I call my power back to me. I do what I intuitively feel called to do. I go after the things that I want because I know that I'm worthy of having them. I'm integrating the lessons that my shadow behaviors have taught me. My body is a sacred vessel, and I treat it as such. I release the burden of feeling like I need to prove my worth to society. I prioritize doing what feels authentic to me. I completely assert my boundaries. I love all of my forms unconditionally. After sending that goal, you want to like write out everything that has come through to you when it comes to looking back at your old journals and about things that you've written that you want to become, because that will give you clarity to where you want to go to. So let's say that in your elder years you want to have a good financial stability and foundation. Then after you have written about that, you kind of like want to then write about what you can do right now in the moment, like in this year, to like, let's say, build more that financial literacy. Like, let's say, reading books about it, listen to podcasts about it, and researching about it, because it can help you build that financial literacy. After that, you want to write about the dreams that you had noted then in your journal and the dreams that you have right now. You want to note all of them, and that will create also a more clear view of where you want to head to, and then you can later plan more in the vision of it. A fun fact: In 2023, 2022, I did actually think of like an own organization type of thing, and I kind of like want to revisit that idea that I had back then, and kind of like give it a little new code. After that, you want to write who your dream self is, how she carries herself, her impact, her career. After that, you want to grab your vision boards and write about it in the present tense. Write about what you want to achieve, things that you have achieved that year, the experience you have. Try to like get into the feeling of it and write through it. So finally, I'm starting to create a book list for 2026, and of course I have 2 books that I'm gonna read, and it's of course Nobody's Good I'm reading through, and I also plan on reading Blue Ocean Strategy. It's a business based book because I really want to get more into the business type of ideology, because the organization that I will revisit today when it comes to my journaling, it actually started to interest me very much, and I actually have one of my goals to maybe research more about it. And one of the best ways to do that is also read about the type of strategies you can use when it comes to marketing such organizations. So for any girls out that want to achieve certain goals this year, or have whatever desires for our own business or all of those things, know that books about business, economy, and self-help books, when it comes to mindset, are very, very helpful to it. So I would always recommend such books if you want to get more into the flow of those things. After all of the scripting, you want to create a list about the things that you can put in action at the moment. For me personally, this is what I have planned. I want to bring back my old routine of at night drinking a cup of tea while journaling, affirmative journaling and gratitude journaling. I also want to read multiple times through the script I made right now to keep it in my mind, and also keep looking at my vision boards to keep it also in mind. And as third, I also want to read more books because I want to like get off phone more, and I just want to expand my own knowledge.